Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar issued a passionate call for a nationwide movement to reclaim Nigeria for Nigerians in a Democracy Day address. He warned that the country is slipping dangerously towards authoritarianism under the current administration. In a speech delivered on the 32nd anniversary of the annulled June 12, 1993 presidential election, long considered the freest and fairest in Nigerian history, Atiku spoke about his deep personal ties to the pro-democracy struggle. He painted a grim picture of current governance, accusing the ruling APC of deploying state power to entrench itself at the expense of the Nigerian people. According to Atiku, the government is systematically silencing dissent, channeling national resources to cronies, and engaging in a brazen campaign to personalize state institutions. Framing the moment as a historic threshold, Atiku positioned himself and the emerging opposition coalition not merely as political challengers, but as custodians of Nigeria's democratic soul. This is not just a political contest, it is a moral crusade, he said, a struggle to liberate our economy, our democracy, and our dignity. Atiku, who has consistently been at the forefront of opposition politics since 2015, pledged to support efforts aimed at building a united front against what he termed authoritarian forces. He insisted that reclaiming Nigeria was not about power, but about restoring the people's ownership of their country and protecting the legacy of June 12. Chizi, what is your take on this? Well, Atiku is saying that it is not a political contest, but about reclaiming. No, he said it's a moral crusade. So the coalition now has a new name. It's not a political party, it's not a political contest, but a moral crusade. What do you have to say to that?
I wish it is that way. So if it is that way, they shouldn't go and register a political party. They should come together as NGOs and begin to interrogate government policies, make their suggestions. You see, maybe that wasn't captured so that I don't just single at Atiku. I'm going to look at the coalition.
As a whole?
As a whole.
Go ahead.
You know, just to move Obi from the coalition right now, I want to say something. Then you find out that where are those that are advocating for this coalition? What did they tell us in 2014? Atiku?
Nasser El-Rufai.
Nasser El-Rufai and
Amechi.
Amechi. They told us that they were coming to change this country. They told us we should leave supporting Jonathan to support the new party, the APC. They were the one who promised us of all of this. So why are they removing themselves from the failure of the APC if APC was failing? They were the one who campaigned. So why do they think that the nation will trust them again? Because this were and they were active participants to that struggle. For Atiku, just 1 year after that, when the man won, just 1 year after that, he was looking for the presidency in 2019 already. So it was not about moral thing, it was about who becomes president. It looks to me that if we shift from just being president and knowing that this is an institution we built and we need to work on this institution. Amechi was transport minister for 8 years, and until he was wounded by the same party, then he came and began to speak ill of the same party. That's what we get all this way. If I see a new face in this whole thing, if I see a new face, those who are not jumping from one place to another because of power, because even though B is guilty of that, somebody came and had consciousness, brought in party, Ogbogojuku, a man who is respected across the Igbo. Obi came and inherited that. He didn't campaign for it. The man gave him power, literally. And he inherited that for 8 years. And after 8 years, Obi left for PDP. Because he was looking for power up. For PDP. And when he now from there, he became the vice presidential candidate of the PDP. Right? And just after that, the next one he left for Labour. He didn't get that. Now today he's going to another place to just
coalition.
Get a coalition. So it's all about getting power for themselves, not even for. Because if Obi gets the candidates now, job is sure that these other persons will leave for another party. So you can see that it's a huge joke. Even the coalition is a huge joke. I don't know what they are doing. They have
Why do you say the coalition is a huge joke?
Now let me please, apart from coming to Abia, you know, the governor of Abia, that they are coming, they are trying to, you know, woo into becoming it. Tell me how many governors that are following them.
They don't have any sitting governor.
They don't have any sitting governor.
When you say apart from, Alex Oti is still a Labour Party member.
No, I'm saying that should Alex Oti, because of what is happening in Labour Party, because of the way they handle Labour Party issues.
Well, you know that Alex Oti's election is going to be local and not national.
I agree.
And Alex Oti used another political party for local government elections, and well, as it were, one would say the coalition, is it registered yet? Does it have a name yet?
It doesn't have a name. But
are they still testing waters?
You know, we thought that the coalition was going to be SDP.
Or ADC? No,
wait now. It's from SDP now to ADC. And some part of the people in the coalition are saying...
it has to be SDP.
No, it has to be SDP. Some say it has to be ADC. Some is saying they have to register a new political party.
Merge both ADC and SDP and register a new political party
where they believe that the PDP will follow.
And PDP is saying they cannot lose their name
for anybody.
That they will absorb the party, they will absorb the coalition. The coalition cannot absorb them.
That is it. So if you look at that, shouldn't the president be clapping, you know, and just waiting and just, because nothing is happening. You can see that they are not serious. They are not even meeting. Now, even the coalition, you see, this is not like what happened in the APC. The coalition of APC was done by the parties, not individuals. You saw that the AC came, the ANPP came, and this party that... yes, the MPP and then the Buhari's party, I've forgotten the name of that party. They came together, right? And so they were discussing based on party. So there were discussions on what are you going to have and all of that were going to come together. That was why it was not, before you know it, we didn't have ANPP again, we didn't have this party again, we didn't have this party again, it became this party, this other party. So, but these people these are presidential candidates coming to discuss. It is not the party. In the other one, it was the party coming to discuss and bringing up presidential candidate. This time, is the candidate, though everybody who wanted to aspire is coming to say, Atiku is saying, Obi, don't worry, come and be my vice president. And I'm actually saying, no, me, I want to run. Erofai, come and be my vice president. Everybody wants to run in that coalition. Everybody.
So who will sacrifice their ambition for
That's the problem, and I don't see anybody do that.
I don't see, do you see Atiku backing down?
No.
I mean, isn't this part of the reason why he left PDP to form this coalition?
That
for his presidential
ambition. So what they would have done is, maybe Atiku enters knowing that the PDP, the mood of the PDP now is no longer favoring his candidacy. Right? Maybe if he wants to also run, he can go to ADC. Some of us will follow him. Maybe I will follow him to ADC. Let's just say ADC and leave this coalition because it's not going to work. But you see, if you notice what happened, Obi ran under Labour Party, and I told you that before Obi came in, quote unquote, Labour Party was not nowhere. Do you understand?
Yes.
But he made that inroad. He made that inroad. But the only problem I have with him with the Obi is that Obi has now shown us that he's not a party man. He doesn't know how to manage people. He has not managed Labour Party. He has not managed Labour Party. I don't know why that kind of... So Obi has demonstrated that he wouldn't have been a good president, not even a president. He would have been a good... He has done... So Obi couldn't have managed a National Assembly. And of course, you know that even when Obi was a governor, there were impeachment things between the assembly. He couldn't manage that. So he's not a politician to manage it. Obi has told us, because what is this Labour Party? This Labour Party, I can tell you that Chizi or Masla, being the candidate of Labour Party, I can manage them, because they are not like that. You are not talking to stakeholders. You're not talking to people who can look at you, you know, and say something. You're not talking to former governors. You're not talking to your colleagues. Obi is there as master, you know, to them. So Obi could have, because Labour Party knows that
it would have been easier to pull close ranks and
it could,
you know,
pull close ranks. That's why you see that in the APC of today, you are not seeing APC people defect. APC governors defect. Do you know why? 80% of the governors have answered Tinubu sir in one time or the other, you know, growing up. PDB, so it's like their Oga came, the kingmaker came to become king. You understand? And so the man is there trying to pull them, trying to do this. Look at the distribution of powers. Look at, he understands the PDP factor. in it. He understands the River State factor. He understands the Kano factor. He understands the Lagos factor. And he's just pulling those kind of things. And because he's pulling it, other people are falling in. That's just it. But they are not pulling. Atiku is not there trying to... All Atiku needed to do before he see PDP now, right around, and all these people will be going to go into the PDP, is for Atiku to say, hey, we need to reclaim Nigeria. I am not interested in running for presidency. Shekina, let the presidency be zoned to the south. We will support. Even if Atiku brings in his own first son as vice president, they will accept him. But they know that Atiku wants that presidential job. But the timing is not right.
Who will bail the cat?
I don't know. I don't want advice again. I want them to come in because I know what's to be done. I know, see, no, there's nobody you bring in PDP today that will win. Apart from one person.
And who is that?
And I will not mention it. I want them, no, see, I'm not going to be using this place now to give out my listing free because I was, the other day, I went to somewhere and I saw that all that we have discussed here, some people were using it again without asking the source. So I will not say that again. Yes, I'm telling you, in this state. So they are using it to do one or two things, and I could see them write out the things one after the other. And you were the one who pushed me to do that. And so
I was the one that pushed you to do that.
Yes, to say certain things and to say, do this, say this, say this, say this for it. And I'm telling you that I can't be hungry and then saying it and somebody is going to, and not that the person is using it rightly. So in this place now, PDP coalition is going nowhere. In fact, even the PDP will have more governors than the coalition.
When you say even the PDP, one would now say Nasser El-Rufai on his own. If Nasser El-Rufai is standing alone, you know, I just want to stand each and every one of them alone. Can Nasser El-Rufai wield the same influence in his state, considering the controversies that surrounded his governorship, you know, and his administration, and also considering how southern Kaduna, correct? How southern Kaduna fared under his administration. The pain they suffered, they have not forgotten. That's on one hand. Now, Amechi, on the other hand, in Rivers State, at some point, Amechi was seen as an antagonist to the only son the South has ever produced in history as president of Nigeria. And in Rivers State, people felt, regardless of the crisis you have with your brother, couldn't you just have managed this thing and let him return as the president? That was a South. Like it or yes, these sentiments are real. And recall that there were allegations when Amechi was governor that he took the reserve funds of Rivers State to buy presidential tickets for Muhammadu Buhari at that time. And when Wike took over, Wike did not help matters as well. Wike took time to make everybody in Rivers State understand that the Rivers State quarters are empty. Now, the question is, in view of this, if we are to stand these persons alone, individually, do you see them holding sway from the states they even come from? Now, I'm not looking at national influence now. I'm looking at grassroots politicking.
Now, you see, like we know, politics is local.
Yes.
I want you to watch, to just give me, like, the end of this month on Kaduna. When there's going to be some little bit of cabinet shake-up and reshuffle at the federal government. You will see that those that El-Rufai would have even used as his full soldier, not even the Southern Kaduna, including his own people, will be in this government.
Will be in the APC government.
This government. I know what is happening already.
Because that will weaken El-Rufai.
No, that will finish El-Rufai there. Because the people are ready. They are ready to take Kaduna to the APC. They understand what is happening. Do you understand that? They are ready. And so if you also look at, because see, don't forget, they also know that the Kaduna produced the vice president, Sambo, as a then. They knew that if Jonathan had completed his tenure, that there's a likelihood that Sambo would have been president. So they also know that it was his influence that made that not to happen. They also know that Obi chose a vice presidential ticket candidate from the Kaduna, that it was his influence that made the person not to happen. So why now? Why him? And so these people are bringing up those sentiments. I know politics that they've gone in to bring up those sentiments to say here. Now if you come to my brother here, Amechi, I think that Amechi is a very loved person here. But you know, you could even grace, you can suffocate grace. You can just do one technical mistake. They call it the error of a king. When a king makes certain error. And what was the error? Here, Amechi fought the son of the soil that was performing. That Nigerians loved. Now, assuming with that considering that even if Amechi didn't go for APC, that APC was going to win, assuming that, because APC didn't win in River State in the first instance, that even if Amechi didn't go there and that APC was going to win, that you know what would have happened is that Dakuku would have been governor. Amechi would have produced his successor. He would have been that powerful. Because there's no power without the state. That's why you see somebody like Wike will say, no, now I won't allow this state to slip off me. Because what will be a power? What are you going to be saying when you don't have a state? Everybody who is powerful today, Tinubu became so powerful because he had a state, consistent state. He had that state. Lagos. So you can't lose your state. So he lost that. He didn't, you know, there's something in Ikwere we say that, I don't know how to say it, but, you know, it wouldn't be fine in English. I don't know. You know, but say, the fowl will get picking, they run.
Okay.
You know, does not run like that. And so you have people, you have multitude of people that you know that your decision will affect. It looks like the decision Amechi took was just for himself, not for all of us. Certain decisions that you can take, you can come back. When Wike, look at how Amechi, the difference between Amechi's own decision and Wike's decision. When they dealt with Wike in PDP, Wike came back, had his PDP people, you understand you? Yes. And then won the election here. That's why he's still powerful. Now the question is, which local government, because there's going to be a local government election, of course you know that the budget of local government...
local government can Amechi be able to claim?
To claim now.
And you think to a large extent he cannot?
I said...
He cannot. So if he cannot, then what's the influence?
I don't understand the influence. I don't understand where the influence will come from.
So that is why you do not have faith.
Atiku does not have Adamawa.
Oh, interesting.
Fintri does.
Okay.